The pristine waters of Ocean Grove stretched endlessly before them, a picture-perfect backdrop for what should have been the Simmons family's dream vacation. Special Agent Darren Simmons watched his children's faces light up at the sight of the towering Ferris wheel, their excitement painting a stark contrast against the darkness that would soon descend upon their peaceful getaway. "Dad, can we ride that, please?" 12-year-old Miles tugged at his father's sleeve, pointing toward the carnival rides dotting the bustling boardwalk. 8-year-old Jasmine joined the chorus, her bright eyes pleading. "Later, sweetheart," Darren promised, exchanging knowing glances with his wife Olivia. After 15 years as an FBI agent, he'd learned to savor these precious moments of normalcy. Olivia, a formidable civil rights attorney in her own right, squeezed his hand, both of them acutely aware of how rare these family moments had become. They made quite the picture, a successful black family enjoying a luxury resort vacation, designer clothes, premium luggage, and most importantly, genuine smiles. But in a world where success didn't always shield you from prejudice, their joy was about to become their crime. It started with looks. Subtle at first, the kind of stares Darren had learned to recognize through years of FBI training and personal experience. Two police officers across the boardwalk, their gazes lingering a beat too long. Darren's internal alarm bells started ringing, but he pushed them aside. Not here. Not today. "Let's grab lunch," he suggested, steering his family toward an upscale Seaside Restaurant, but the shadow had already been cast. The officers approached their table before the waiter could even take their drink orders. Officer Matthews, a veteran cop with cold eyes and a thick mustache that twitched when he spoke, took the lead. His younger partner, Officer Rodriguez, hung back, uncertainty written across his features. "We've received reports of suspicious activity," Matthews drawled, his eyes scanning their designer clothes with obvious skepticism. "A family matching your description." Olivia's lawyer instincts kicked in immediately. "Matching our description," she repeated, her voice carrying the weight of countless courtroom battles. "Care to elaborate on that, officer?" What happened next would be captured on dozens of cell phones, turning a family lunch into national news. In full view of the crowded boardwalk, the officers yanked Darren from his chair, forcing him against a patrol car. Jasmine's screams pierced the air as handcuffs clicked around her father's wrists. But what the officers didn't know, couldn't know, was that they had just made the biggest mistake of their careers. As they roughly handled him, Darren remained eerily calm, his FBI badge burning against his chest where it lay hidden beneath his shirt. Years of undercover work had taught him patience, and right now, patience was his weapon. Olivia, too, was arrested, leaving their children crying on the boardwalk. As they were separated into different patrol cars, Darren caught his wife's eye. In that moment, a silent agreement passed between them. Someone was going to pay for this. The holding cells at Ocean Grove Police Department had probably seen countless victims of prejudice, but they had never held anyone quite like Darren Simmons. For 2 hours he sat in perfect silence, watching, waiting, calculating. When the moment finally came, it was spectacular. The look on Captain Peterson's face when Darren revealed his FBI credentials was worth every second of humiliation. "Special Agent Darren Simmons, Federal Bureau of Investigation," he announced, his badge gleaming under the fluorescent lights. "And you've just handed me everything I need to expose this department's systematic racial profiling." What the Ocean Grove Police Department didn't know was that they had just become the linchpin in a months-long federal investigation into police corruption. Darren's vacation had unexpectedly provided the smoking gun that the FBI's Internal Affairs Division had been searching for. Within weeks, the department was in shambles. Officer Matthews and 3 other officers faced federal charges. Captain Peterson was forced into early retirement. The story made national headlines, sparking a crucial conversation about racial profiling and police accountability. 6 months later, the Simmons family stood on a different beach, watching the sunset paint the sky in brilliant oranges and pinks. Miles and Jasmine built sandcastles at the water's edge, their laughter carrying on the evening breeze, a sound that had taken weeks of therapy and countless conversations to restore. Darren pulled Olivia close, both of them watching their children play. "We turned their prejudice into progress," Olivia murmured, her head resting on his shoulder. That's what we do, Darren replied, thinking of the sweeping police reforms their case had sparked across the state. We turn darkness into light. The Simmons family story became more than just another headline. It became a catalyst for change, a testament to the power of standing up against injustice. Police departments across the country implemented new training programs, legislative reforms were passed, and somewhere in Ocean Grove, a new generation of officers learned a valuable lesson about the true meaning of protect and serve. But perhaps the most important victory was the one reflected in Jasmine's restored smile and Miles's renewed trust in the world. The Simmons family had faced the storm together and emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable, their determination to fight for justice burning brighter than ever. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Darren Simmons knew that their story would continue to inspire others to stand up, speak out, and fight for a world where no family's vacation would be shattered by the shadow of prejudice. Because sometimes, the most powerful weapon against injustice isn't a badge or a gun, it's the courage to stand firm in the face of wrong, and the wisdom to transform personal pain into universal progress.